Alright, guys. It is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021, or 2021, at 2:59 p.m. Alright, let's take a look quickly here at the USGS. These are the latest earthquakes. So we have a 4.5 in Santa Point, Alaska. We have a 4.2 earthquake 111 kilometers southeast of Perryville, Alaska. We've had a 5.9 earthquake in Japan and 84 kilometers northwest of Yoichi, Japan. We've had a 4.1 in Oyama, Japan. We've had a 5.0 in the Philippines and Davila, Philippines. We've had a 5.2 in the Philippines as well, and a 5.9 as well as the Mongolia region. Let's take a look quickly here at the Mongolia area. Look how many aftershocks after that large 6.8 earthquake yesterday. Look at that. Alright, so we have the 6.8 or the 6.7 that downgraded it to 6.7 in Mongolia. Then they had aftershocks of 5.2, 5.0, 4.5, 5.0, 4.5. So there's multiple earthquakes here as aftershocks to the Mongolia earthquake. So a lot of earthquakes and an earthquake uptick in the past couple of days. Alright, next. A bright fireball explodes over Norway. Ground impact recorded south of Loten. A bright fireball exploded over Norway on January 4th to January 5th, producing a loud bang that was heard by many people, particularly those in Ullensaker Norwegian seismic array. Said ground impact was recorded at 2324 UTC and south of the measuring station of Loten. On Tuesday, residents of Norway reported a bright fireball with a loud bang. As the object entered the atmosphere, the sound was heard by many people in the municipality of Ullensaker. According to the Norwegian Meteor network, the object traveled at a speed of 31,000 miles an hour. The meteor penetrated very far into the atmosphere and gave a fairly powerful bang, an indicator that the meteor has fallen to the ground, said Stednar Midtstoken with the Meteor network. The signal came from the southern direction that coincides with reports of sound heard by people of Ullensaker municipality. Alright, so they have there the map of where they heard and the meteor headed down to. I'll leave a link for this article if you guys feel like looking more into this meteor. Alright, next. Worst flooding in 50 years leaves 6 dead and 50,000 people displaced in Malaysia. At least 6 people lost their lives and more than 50,000 people were displaced after monsoon rains hit Malaysia's east coast, triggering the area's worst flooding in half a century, authorities reported on Saturday, January 9th, 2021. Heavy rains continue to slam the region, causing tens of thousands of people to flee their homes, while flooding hit the areas during the rainy seasons every year. Residents in the affected areas described this year's inundation as worst in decades. So please pray for the people of Malaysia. A lot of people dead and thousands displaced. Alright, let's take a look quickly here at Twitter. We have from the New York Times. State and federal wildlife authorities were investigating after a manatee with Trump etched on its back was spotted on Florida on Sunday. Someone wrote Trump on a Florida manatee. Wildlife authorities are investigating and said that the harassment of the manatee is illegal under state and federal laws. So that's sad to hear somebody carving into a manatee. Alright, next. Let's see here from Daily Mail US. The US will require negative COVID-19 tests for all international travelers. The US will require negative COVID tests for all international travelers. The new expected rule expands on a CDC and Trump administration order for all UK travelers to show negative tests enacted last month. And then from Reuters, we have Visa temporarily suspends all political donations. So that's happening. Also, there was a 4.1 earthquake in Mexico about an hour ago. And this also from my uncle's meme stash. I found this funny, but sad at the same time. It says Wednesday, 20th of January, inauguration of Joe Biden. Then they have a picture of The Simpsons and the background of like the whole place being bombed and destroyed for January 20th, 2021. So they're saying I'm beginning to see a picture here that I'm not sure I like. So that's in the sense that a lot of Simpsons imagery sometimes predicts what could happen. So who knows if that's actually going to happen or not. All right. Next, from all quakes, a 6.1 earthquake happened 165 kilometers east of Nabri, Indonesia, 16 minutes ago. So that's a pretty large quake, 6.1. Then an earthquake 5.6 in magnitude 151 kilometers east of Nabri, Indonesia as well. So two earthquakes, a 5.6 and a 6.1 in Indonesia. Alright, next. Senator Schumer calls for members of violent mob who stormed the U.S. Capitol to be placed on a no-fly list. We cannot allow these same insurrectionists to get on a plane and cause more violence and more damage, he said. Alright, so who knows if they're going to stop every member or person who came and stormed the U.S. Capitol on a no-fly list, but I've been hearing that some people already have been put on a no-fly list. Alright, next from BBC News World. California's Disneyland theme park to become massive COVID-19 vaccination site, county officials said. California's Disneyland to become COVID vaccination site. America's most populous state is trying to ramp up vaccination as COVID cases continue to rise. And next, Los Angeles student required to get COVID-19 vaccine before returning to school. Let's take a look at this article. I pulled it up. It says Los Angeles students required to get COVID-19 vaccine before returning to school. Austin Bertner, the superintendent of the Los Angeles Unified School District, said Monday that students will have to receive the inoculation once it becomes available before heading back into the classroom, according to a report. The Los Angeles Times reported that Bertner compared the move to how schools already require vaccinations for measles and mumps. He said that he hopes all students in the system will be vaccinated by January 2022. The paper reported that he made comments during the pre-recorded briefing and told parents who are skeptical about the vaccine that there is an option for a child to stay online learning and therefore not have to go back to campus if they do not wish to get the vaccine. A Pfizer vaccine authorized in the U.S. last month is for people 16 and older. Testing began in October in children as young as 12 and is expected to take several more months. The Food and Drug Administration will have to decide when there's enough data to allow emergency use in this age group. Dr. Robert Frenick, who was a lead researcher in Pfizer's study in kids at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, told the Associated Press in December that even though children usually don't get very sick from COVID-19, they could spread the virus to others. At least 1.6 million youth have been infected, and 8,000 have been hospitalized, and 162 have died from the virus, he noted. So heads up for you people who don't want to get the vaccine and they're live in Los Angeles. Your kids may have to stay online learning if you do not wish to give the vaccine to your children. But the Los Angeles students might be required now to get the COVID vaccine before returning to school. All right. Next, I usually have Asteroid Watch. It's like a website that just from NASA that tells you the most recent asteroids. But recently it said that it wasn't found on the website, so I guess they're having technical difficulties. So I pulled up this list from NASA as well, giving the closest approaches of asteroids. We have on January 12th, 9.17 lunar distance asteroid, and then on January 12th, a 1.51 lunar distance. That's the closest one. That's asteroid 2021 AX1. Then January 12th, a 6.79 lunar distance away asteroid. So the closest one would be January 12th, 2021 AX1. Then the second closest would be 2021 AA2, which is 6.79 lunar distances away. Then we have on January 15th an asteroid that is 17.69 lunar distances away, so it will be a little bit more distance between the Earth and the asteroid. And then January 16th, we have an 8.11 lunar distance asteroid, which is 2021 AC1. Then on January 16th, we have a 9.37 lunar distance asteroid, which is 2021 AL1. So the closest one right now is on January 12th, which is 1.51 lunar distances away. So that's the closest one. I'll leave a link to this article so you guys can see for yourselves the closest asteroids. But that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more news, and see you guys next time. God bless you guys.